But I love our kids very much.
Yeah, this is quiet.
Very quiet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say thus that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Indonesia, tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, ya dipandu ibuku. Indonesia, kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita bersatu, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah Bangsaku, rajaku, semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah padanya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Excellencies, Honorable Consul General, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Indonesia. I am truly honored and humbled by your presence. My hardworking colleagues and I have done our best to bring a little bit of Indonesia to Los Angeles. It is our objective to present you with the view, the sound, the taste, even the smell of Indonesia. By divine intervention somehow, we even have managed to bring you the weather of tropical Indonesia. We are here to celebrate 70 years of Indonesia's independence. We celebrate the struggle, the ups and downs that Indonesians have experienced and endured in order to transform their country. Indonesia started in 1945 with around 70 million people living in a backwater economy. Today, 250 million Indonesians live in the largest economy in Southeast Asia and the 16th largest economy of the world. It is predicted that by 2030, 15 years from now, Indonesia will become the 7th largest economy of the world. In 1945, Indonesia emerged from a long period of foreign occupation and colonialism marked by conflict, economic exploitation, and the policy of apartheid and segregation. Today, 70 years later, Indonesia is one of the largest democracies in the world. Today, Indonesia enjoys relative peace, and Indonesia is a strong proponent of peace in the region and in the world. Today, we celebrate diversity. Just like the United States, Indonesia is one of the most diverse nations on earth. We celebrate diversity as a source of strength, not weakness. We celebrate diversity as a national asset, not a liability. With democracy and peace, Indonesia today is stronger and more united than ever. In diversity, we unite. E pluribus unum, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Today, We celebrate the future. Indonesians are among the most optimistic people about the future of their country. We have every reason to be optimistic. The main reason is the fact that over 46% of Indonesians are under 25 years of age. They are the new generation of Indonesia, who are better educated, having better health services, and smaller families, and much more connected to the world. They are unleashing the energy of higher productivity and innovation. Today we celebrate Indonesia, and I thank you for joining us in this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to take this opportunity to express my appreciation to Dr. Rob Lemelson, who has generously agreed to exhibit his collection of early modern Balinese paintings. Dr. Lemelson has also agreed to give a short talk about the collection. Thank you, Rob. Where's Rob? I should also like to thank Pak Tony Susanto and Pak Iwan and Pak Daniel, owners and CEO of ke-70. The company employs more than 1,500 people. Most of them are Indonesians. I think Ambassador Hari is here. The Consul General of Japan is in the room, I think. Japanese food is no longer foreign to Indonesia. ke-70 has proved that an Indonesian can own and run a sushi chain in the United States. And you can find ke-70 bar at Whole Foods Market. Thank you, Pak Tony. Where's Pak Tony? ke-70 over there. My appreciation also goes to Mr. Rif Riguna, Vice President of Panda Restaurant Group. The company employs hundreds of Indonesians all across the United States. Again, Chinese food is not foreign to Indonesia. And Panda Express, the company's biggest brand, has top-line sales of $2.5 billion this year. And of course, they import seafood and other food products from Indonesia. Your coffee and tea over there are definitely Indonesia. Your coffee is called Blue Flame Coffee from Sumatra, roasted by young Indonesian entrepreneur Mr. Michael Wijaya of Partner Coffee Roaster. Your tea is Arum Tea from West Java, imported and distributed by another young entrepreneur, Melanie Halim of PT Harendong. Thank you, Michael and Melanie. Where's Michael? Where's Melanie? Another young Indonesian entrepreneur in Los Angeles is Mr. Anthony Kartawinata, owner of Jan's Enterprises Corporation, who imports and distributes food and drink products from Indonesia. You will get the goodie bag later on. I thank Anthony for providing us with the fruit juice and snacks. These products are available in stores and supermarkets near you. Thank you, Anthony. Where is Anthony? I should also like to thank Mr. Teguh Santoso and his wife, owners of Goes Halal Food Truck over there, for providing us with authentic Indonesian food. For those who want more, the food truck is open every night from 6 to 11 p.m. on Wilshire Boulevard between Oxford and Serrano. You may see me there now and then. A special thanks goes to the Balinese community who has provided us with the authentic Balinese food, it's over there, and Balinese decor and ornaments. The community, under the leadership of Maestro I. Nyoman Wenten, where is Pak Wenten, has also provided us with the entertainment, the music, and the dances. The group is called Krama Bali Gamelan Group and Burat Wangi Dancer from Los Angeles and the surrounding area. Maestro Wenten, who has for a long time been teaching at the California Institute of the Arts and the UCLA, is one of Bali's most versatile dancers and musicians. Tonight, we are very fortunate because the maestro himself will dance for us. Last but not least, I thank each and every one of my staff at the consulate for working very hard to make this event a successful and memorable one. Let me now propose a toast. And I should like to invite the Dean, Ambassador Zedihun Rangka, to join me on the stage. I should also like to invite Ms. Lourdes Saab from the county, LA County Protocol Office, and anybody representing the City of LA. And also I saw some officers from the LAPD. Please join me on the stage. Let us raise our glass and toast for the welfare of the people of Indonesia, for the welfare of the people of the United States, and for all people in the world. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank Babaki Nibu Umar Hadi for this invitation. And I was really glad to be introduced as a friend of Indonesia. I've been working there for 20 years and trying to also facilitate intercultural communication between Indonesia and the United States. And to that end, we established the Indonesian Studies program at UCLA, and I hope if any of you are interested, please come to UCLA. We have lecture series, visiting scholarships, field work. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is the painting collection that's in the foyer there. It's a really interesting story. The collection itself was from the 30s, and it was gathered by for many of you know the name Margaret Mead, who's one of the premier anthropologists of the 20th century. In the 1930s, Indonesia was still under Dutch colonialism, and Bali had been recently colonized as recently as 1911, so the Dutch had a more or less hands-off approach to culture. They just had a more extractive, getting natural resources, but they left culture alone, so Bali was in some ways kind of culturally untouched. Indeed, it was called the Island of the Gods, or a living museum, and it still remains a premier cultural tourism destination to this day. But in the 30s, you could see the origins of what has become over 1 million tourists visiting Bali every year. Right then, it was in the 30s, it was in the hundreds or even in the scores. But you had very prominent people like the dancers and musicians Farrell de Zoot and Colin McPhee, who's an ethnomusicologist. You had Western painters like German Walter Spies, Rudolf Bonnet, Miguel Covarrubias, and then Margaret Mead and Gregory Bateson. Mead and Bateson had met the year before in what's now West Papua, and they had decided to do a honeymoon together in Bali and then do a year and a half of field work in Indonesia proper. So they had this interest in the integration of culture and psychology and psychoanalysis, what's called the culture and personality movement. And to that end, they collected paintings. So they went to painters in really in 3 areas in Sanur, and for many of you, I'm sure have been to Bali. These will be familiar names, to Ubud and to Batuan. And at that time, Balinese painting was really quite, I hesitate to use the word static, but it was regulated, and mostly the place to see Balinese art in the 1930s was in at the Puri Klung Klung, at the palace in Klung Klung, up in the ceiling, and there were very ritualized forms. Mead and Bateson encouraged the painters to paint, to expand, to paint daily life.
Say thank you very much to His Excellency, and happy anniversary to Indonesia. 70 wonderful years. It's amazing to be a part of it. We are very blessed to have a wonderful relationship with Indonesia from the United States, and this is something that is a pleasure for us to be a part of, help celebrate, and look forward to many, many wonderful years. Tonight specifically is a wonderful experience for many of us that do not know Indonesian culture, to be able to come here, experience the culture, see wonderful sides of the dance, of the food, and of the people, the actual events, the dress, and something that we don't get to see that much of. So to have a special part of Indonesia here in Los Angeles for us to be able to enjoy, we are very grateful. And again, we want to say thank you very much from Los Angeles and from the United States to the people of Indonesia and to His Excellency for having us and inviting us here.
Acknowledge all the performers.
Again, thank you and cheers and happy anniversary, and to many, many more. Thank you.
I'm Dan Sue with the U.S. Department of Commerce, Business Development Agency. Congratulations to the Republic of Indonesia on their 70th anniversary of independence. We look forward to promoting bilateral trade, helping to support the economy of both countries. And this was a fantastic event. It was great to experience the culture and the food of Indonesia and the dancers, the Balinese food and culture. It's all things that we wouldn't experience if we were not to go to Indonesia ourselves. But it's great to be able to experience that here in Los Angeles and see how other parts of the world are living and find parts that we just don't appreciate without being. So thank you to the Consul General and his wife for inviting us, and we would love to promote business amongst our countries.
First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency Consul General Hadi to invite me here, and also thank Madam Idgan. They both invited me here. I'm honored, and I represent United Nations Association, Southern California and Nevada. And I'm so pleased to be here and enjoy the evening. This is one of a kind. There's a lot of mix of cultural presentation, appreciation, country's progress, country's aims and objectives, and country's role in world economy and world community, and part of the peace process. This is what we are all here, and at the UN we are also promoting world peace, and Indonesia is one of the very important countries in practicing peace, in promoting peace, and advocating and working on it. Our congratulations on their Independence Day, and we love to meet again and again and strengthen our bonds in the future.
Can we please give a round of applause for Mr. Wenten, Niño Man Wenten? Making this event possible. Thank you.